This meeting is being recorded.
All right, calm down.
Awesome. You should be able to share your screen now.
Yeah, I'm going in. Can we see?
Yeah.
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 All right then. Welcome to the madness. Welcome to the madness. If you do ever pay for TradingView and you don't want to keep switching between different time charts, I do suggest having multiple time charts up at once. Yeah, because it's way easier. Hang on, let me put you over there. Right, okay, cool. Right, so gold, yay. Let's go to the daily. Let's see. Indicators off. No, we'll leave the indicators on, but we'll leave the cloud. Turn the cloud off. Oh, nope, not that one. Right, okay, so haven't looked at gold for a while. So on the daily, always got to start from. Let me get my proper marker up actually now. Always got to start from where price is most recently. Where's it? Right. So as you can see, this is where we are. This is the current price action. Well, as of Friday. Yeah. So we need to kind of see what happened on Friday and last week, just to kind of get a feel for what happened in the markets. Obviously, and again, I'll repeat this as from last time. If I'm going too fast, please shout up and let me know. Tell me to slow down. But as we can see, overall on Goldilocks, we are on an uptrend. That's the main trend. And then the most recent trend is very clearly upwards. We could all agree on that. So what I tend to do is I put and again, when you use TradingView, you'll get to know all the key shortcuts. Yeah, so we put a horizontal line there at the latest high, just to see what we've actually done, what have we tapped into. And we have not, as you can see here, we have not taken out the high from the 9th of March. Yeah, so we didn't create a new high there yet. However, it is super close to where we are now. It's about 100 pips from where we are now. Yeah, so what does that mean? And this is just how I see things. Yeah, so obviously we failed on Thursday and Friday to beat that high from the 9th of March, right? We also on Friday had a very strong bearish engulfing candle. Yeah, so engulfing, if you don't know, just means it engulfs the body of the candle next to it. Yeah, not to be confused for you ETM guys about a big brother engulfing candle. That's just a standard engulfing. Okay. So on the daily, for me, doesn't really tell me much, if I'm being honest, because that's an engulfing candle. We could assume that it's heavy price action, and we're going to carry on down and take out maybe this low here, because where there's a low, there's money. But I'd be cautious of that daily value-based rally, which I'll just mark for reference. I'll be cautious of this area in the green box. Yeah. We haven't mitigated it yet. Because of the engulfing candle, I would suggest that price will carry on from where we left on Friday and mitigate that area. That's my first train of thought. Yeah. To then shoot back up and take out those highs, because they're pretty much equal highs. Yeah. So that's what I would suggest. I see is the beginning of the week, a move down to mitigate into that rally-based rally, and then push up. So we're looking at a high time frame sell to buy for me. Yeah. If anybody sees anything differently, shout up. Yeah. There is no right or wrong answer apart from what the market says is right or wrong.
I think you're right there, mate. But I'm interested in that little trapped bear situation a bit further down. So if it breaks down, it could continue all the way down to that.
Here.
Yeah, later on though. So that's an area of interest for me as well.
Yeah, that's definitely an area of interest. That is a daily value-based rally, which is an ETM signal. So G Money, for example, would expect price to, so either this one here, this one has been tested, so it's been tested twice already. But with these candles, for anyone who trades them, if price doesn't close underneath them, they're still valid. Yeah, it's still a valid area. So if price on this wick here from Monday last week, if price would have closed underneath that rally-based rally, I'd be looking for sales from that area. But we haven't. We've big strong rejection out, so we'll see. But yeah, that's absolutely a zone to pay attention to as well. So we've got the rally-based rally, then we've got a small doji trap bear as well. So yeah, so sell to buys from the daily, but I don't enter on the daily. I'm guessing none of you do. You lot do, or anybody watching who's on the record. But before I do that, what I will do is see if the cloud agrees. Cloud agrees, yeah. So this is the power of the cloud. Obviously, I'm a big advocate for it. So what I see from the cloud, Amanda, yeah, if you've been paying attention, this price closes underneath the Tenkan-sen. So the next draw is the Kijun-sen, which is this blue line. And if you look closely, you can see it is flat. Yeah, so a flat Kijun, Amanda, or anyone else who looks at the cloud, is like basically a magnet for price. Okay. Is it any coincidence it lines up with that rally-based rally area? No, it's not. Yeah, so that confirms, for my view, the start of the week, we're going to see sells down to that area. Yeah, then what happens when we get there? We would expect to see the buys. Yeah, it's as simple as that. But I'm fairly confident the buys will take it. But again, that's daily.
If anyone's got anything to add to this, or do you want to jump in, Tim, Mark?
Yeah.
Just unmute yourself, guys. Yeah.
By any means, if you agree or disagree, this is the beautiful thing about these calls. Do you know what I mean? As traders, we're all after the same thing.
Yeah,
Most of the time, we see it differently.
I've also got a big monthly support in there in that area as well, Dan.
Yeah.
1977.
What a year.
Yeah, 1977. Yeah. So it all confirmed. Yeah.
Yeah, we're absolutely there. We're absolutely there. And if you look at that support, we have closed above it. Yeah, I suppose support zones and resistance zones are quite subjective, aren't they? Yeah, but to me, that's a nice close above all those wicks. So yeah, happy days. 4 hours. This, if you're an intraday, is kind of where you would be looking for entries. If you're anything like me, so I use the 4 hour for my medium term trend. Yeah. So again, on the 4 hours, what do I see straight away? We're breaking these equal highs. Yeah. So we've got to break a structure on there. And like I've said before, and like the educators say, and we know, once we have a break of structure and once we have a break of the liquidity is taken, we do tend to see a pullback, and this is kind of what we've seen now. So we ranged for a little bit here, got a back end of Thursday, early Friday, and we've had a strong impulse down. We've also taken this swing low, which means that the money's been taken. So for me, if you can't see it, you'll see it now. This zone I'm drawing, does anybody know what it's called? As it just marks it up. Brilliant.
Imbalance.
Imbalance. That's the one. Yeah. So imbalance, and it's imbalance. If I drag it out, it's also at another kind of support resistance zone, and there's a rally-based rally in there as well. Yeah, which is a supply and demand candle. So what I would wait for, and again, this is me, just by looking at that, I would wait for on Monday, because I think it will do it Monday. I would wait for price to trade into that imbalance to take it short. Yeah, on the 4 hour. But I don't trade off the 4 hour because I haven't got the patience. Yeah. What does the cloud say? Cloud agrees. Why does the cloud agree? Because if you just can see, we have had, let me remove the candles. We've just had a cross on the TK lines, the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen lines.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I'd be looking at there. But again, 1 hour, What does the 1 hour tell us? It would be nice, and there we have what I was looking for. Can anybody see what I'm looking at just on that screen? Bosh. You mark that. If it gets too messy again, let me know, yeah? That would be my entry. Yeah. So that BEC here, I've lost the what's it now, but this BEC here, yeah, was not respected on this massive down candle, yeah. So we would expect price to come down, come up and retest it, and then sell from there downwards. Does that make sense? Yeah. This is what we could refer to as a remorse candle, where the market was supposed to react and didn't. So it comes back up, is sorry it didn't react, and then bounces off. Yeah. Does that all make sense?
Mhm.
Any questions?
Love that.
Yeah. All right.
Dan,
So-
Dan, you know your cloud indicator.
Yeah.
It's smart cloud. Which is that? Which is that indicator? It's not the one that Ron uses, is it?
It's similar to what Rowan uses, yeah. It's
Right.
similar to what Rowan uses. It's just it's when we first started Elevate, there was everything was called smart something. So the smart cloud, smart Renkos, yeah, which is basically I use the cloud as my view of the market, yeah. But I also incorporate the smart money concepts within that and smart money concept trading. So things like imbalance is a smart money concept idea. Yeah. So that's the only reason why it's called smart cloud, because it integrates smart money and the cloud as a strategy.
So is it relatively the same as what Ron's using then?
Yeah.
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 Same, yeah.
Yeah. So he's a cloud trader, and this will be what he uses. The settings will be the same.
Same. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So these cloud settings are just factory settings, but obviously I have the ETM, the G Money and Marcus candles on as well, just for added complements, and areas of interest. So this is what I would see for gold on the 15-minute. Then, guys, I'd see a pull up to that BEC. We've already started.
Ron?
Hello.
So the cloud is a sell below.
Yeah.
It's buy below. Sorry. Sell above, buy
Yeah.
below.
No, buy above, sell below. If price is below the cloud, yeah, we'd be looking for sells. Obviously, that's a very oversimplified way of putting it. Yeah, there are other. Once you get more, I mean, I've been studying the cloud religiously for 2.5 years, 2 years. Yeah, so
Okay.
I understand the mechanics of the cloud and understand how to sell if price is above and buy if price is below, because I know what I'm looking for. But if you're just starting off with the cloud, it's very important that you have all 5 components in confluence. So you'd want price underneath the cloud, you'd want Tenkenson under Keeganson, you'd want a future red cloud if you were selling, and you'd want the lagging span. You want the lagging span underneath and clear of price. Yeah, if you've got all those, then you're looking for shorts, and then flip it if you're looking for longs. But the more advanced you get, so for example, for me, this is how I would play it. So as you can see, we've reacted off a 1 hour BEC here quite nicely. Yeah. So if what I would be doing, so if I replay to there where we've just tapped into it on that 1 hour, yeah, I'd be looking now at the 5 minutes. Yeah, but again, this is more intermediate. I'd be looking now at the 5 minutes for price to I'd be looking for price to close above the Keeganson, the Tenkenson, and then I would buy up.
I can say buy,
to that area, yeah, if there were a few other complements. But even on the 5 minute, you can now see within our area of interest for the sell, we've got a lovely 5 minute drop base drop, which is exactly where we had a 5 minute breaker structure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that for me is an absolutely sick zone. to enter from. Yeah, but if you just start off with the cloud, it's best to just make sure you've got everything in Confluence that you need to have in Confluence, and don't, like, I would never trade the cloud on the 1 minute time frame ever. Look,
No.
it's just too much. 5 minutes is classed as scalping with the cloud. But for me, I just get the better entries after 5 minutes. Typically, people will trade after 15 minutes plus because it's stronger
Thank you,
signals.
Michael. Cheers, Dan.
Sorry? Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Dan.
You're welcome. Right. So,
Dan,
yo,
the baseline, that's quite a strong support and resistance line as well, isn't it?
yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So in order, it's the Tenkenson or conversion line, baseline or Keygen, which is the blue one on my one. Then you've got span A, which is I haven't got them highlighted on my cloud because it's just I know it's there.
Too much, yeah.
So then you've got span A, and then you've got span B, which in this case is the bottom of the cloud. Yeah, span B is the most hardcore of the support lines. Yeah, the lagging span isn't so much anything apart from this is where price was, and this is what we think price will do. Yeah, it's not support and resistance at all. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let me drop this in the chat because I'm nice like that. That rhymed. I haven't even got Discord open. Let me just open up on 2 seconds. Oh, I've not got Discord open. How rude.
Just want to welcome Adrian to the call as well, Kirky. I know you're new.
Oh,
to-
nice.
and I know that trading is completely new to you, from what I believe. So if any of this is going over your head, don't worry. We don't expect you to understand this, but these calls are on every Monday, and the more Sunday. Sorry, the more you the more you plug in, the more you'll start to understand. And when you start your trading journey with Elevate and you do the beginners basics, a lot of what we're discussing will make sense. Like Amanda only started a few weeks ago and she's understanding it. So it doesn't take long to get your head around it, but I'm glad that you're on, mate. Welcome to the group, yeah?
Yeah, cheers for that. Thanks for the welcoming, and I will just take a lot in before I make a move.
Awesome,
Cheers.
mate, awesome.
That man. Right, so I've dropped this chart into the chat in the trading chat channel. Say that 3 times fast. Yeah, so that's what I see for gold. In probably Monday or Tuesday, I would suggest probably the back end of Monday we would see that. Yeah. So obviously when it hits and it wins, and I didn't take it, I'll put it in the chat that I didn't take it. But there we go. But bearing in mind that sell would be literally a short sell, no pun intended, to then take it back up higher. Yeah, to take out those daily what's it. So in fact, what the chart would actually look like, where is that even gone? Don't even know where it's gone. But there we go. I've deleted the line, haven't I? Yeah. So we'd set it down to there, and then we'd take it back up to take these highs out. Yeah. It's on the 4 so I'll drop that in as well. All right. So that's gold. Questions, anyone?
And I've seen on your chart earlier about Stampede. What does that mean?
That's just cells are basically what I've coded just for when the Tenken lines and Keygen lines cross. That's all it is.
Right.
That's all it is. So you can either set a limit on TradingView for when the so you wouldn't do it on the price itself. You do it on the cloud, and then Tenken cross in Keygen, and that's how I do it, because that's my entry signal.
So you can set that up as an alert then, Dan? I.
Yeah.
You don't do that. So come on, get into. Come in, Jack. Come and sit. Let everybody see.
Come on, Jack. Don't be shy, mate.
Come on, lad.
Join the party, kiddo. Yeah.
So do you know what to do with that? Yeah. Well, it's easy whizzing without like this, Dan.
Yeah, it just helps. I mean, I've got probably again, I pay for TradingView, so I've got upwards of 90 alerts set on a daily basis. So when I'm trying to do my actual job, it gets a bit much, but there we go.
I think if you're on it a lot, I've upgraded to the full thing as well down the trading view, and just allows you that many different options, doesn't it?
It does. And one thing I do suggest doing, Tim, especially if you're looking at support and resistance, yeah,
Yeah.
if you've upgraded to the top package, is let me just get rid of this replay. Is switch to Renko's. Yeah. So at the top of your trading view, you've got the Heiken-Ashi, then the candles, then you've got 3 bricks going upwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are your Renko bricks. And these, again, this is a completely different subject. But basically, this is how I mark out my support and resistance zones, because the bricks are basically areas of price and where price has been stagnated for a while. So, for example, all I do is I say, right, okay, that's an area here where price has touched, or the bricks have touched several times. Yeah, so I know that's an area of support and resistance. We've got a touch there. We've got wick rejections off there. We've got a touch there, touch there, touch there, wick rejection, touch there. So that's what I do. Yeah, just for me, it makes it easier rather than looking at the candles and then going, right, okay, can I be more objective? Well, no, I can't really.
No, that's good, that mate.
Do you know what I mean?
Just on that now, your eyes just attracted to the zone, don't they?
It is, but if you want to do it on a 4-hour team, you've got to switch your time frame to 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah, if you want 4-hour zones, you need 30-minute Renkos.
Right, 4-hour zones, 30-minute Renkos.
Yeah, if you want daily zones, it's the 4-hour Renkos, which is where I am now, or where I was just.
Daily zone, daily is 4-hour.
Yeah. So quick little tip in the hashtag ATM chat for you there.
Brilliant.
Right. Okay. So that is gold. Anyone got anything else? Oh, right. I'm gonna have a look at mine then. Yeah. So this is GN, and GN did me naughty on Friday. Proper naughty. No, mate, it did.
There was some wild action on Friday, wasn't there?
Say again.
There was some wild action on Friday.
Oh, there was. For those of you that don't know, I'm a little bit still mad at this, right? But this shot I took on GN here, I mapped it, planned it, executed it, had the take profit set, and if it would have hit the take profit, I would have passed my funding challenge. And it did hit profit. However, I closed out early. So I missed out on passing my challenge by 1.9% because I closed out and didn't let it run to profit. So we don't talk much about GN, apart from we do, because I want my money back. Right. So I'm now going to be looking at areas where I can try and get back in. So again, this is exactly how I do it. You can see these grey boxes, yeah, these grey rectangles. Tim, these are the areas on the Renkos, like I've just showed you. Yeah. So this is how I know. And if you look how well it translates to the 4 hours, look at those rejections, wick rejections, yeah. So it translates lovely. 30-minute Renko, 4-hour candles. So what can I see on GN? What's happened? Well, I know that this yellow box was a 4-hour cloud zone. So let's have a look. Right. Another tip for you: if you are on the cloud and you do see a 4-hour Kijun zone, for example. Why is it working? There we go. If you do see the 4-hour Kijun flattening out and it's far from price, mark it with a box, put a rectangle around it. Yeah, because I'm telling you, it's going to go back there. Yeah, all you've got to do is find the shot to take it back there. And that's exactly what I was doing. I expected, we took out the liquidity there. We had equal highs there. We were so far away. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to have a go on that. So I did. All right. Just so you know. All right. So for me, what's happened? We've got an imbalance there that we've traded into. A little secret about imbalance for you that I found is if it doesn't hit 50% of the imbalance, which is this green line, yeah, it's a valid zone. Now my 4-hour candle smashed through 50% of that zone and had a strong close down. So and we are again, same thing works for the Kijun, sorry, for the Tenkan-sen. We've had a strong impulse down. We've closed underneath the Kijun-sen, so I'm looking for a bearish movement for the start of the week. Yeah, I'm looking for a sell back down to where the move started. So I would be looking for a sell down to this area on GN. But again, I don't trade on the 4-hour. What does the 1-hour say? The 1-hour doesn't fill me with confidence, to be fair, for a number of reasons. Yeah, let me move this. Number of reasons, and I'll move that. All right. As you can see, we're at a grey box, so we've blasted through. We've blasted through resistance. We've come back down to test it. Yeah, we're testing the resistance. So one or two things could happen. There's a nice little trap there, Andy. Nice little trappy trap. Yeah. So what could happen? I don't know, but I would suggest bounce off the resistance, take out the trap. Yeah, and then see what happens. Right. So this is not something I'd get involved in at this stage because there's too many things that can happen. I don't like the fact that we've pushed out the cloud and we've come back and tested the that is now span B. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the fact that the what is happening. I don't like the fact that the Tenkan-sen is supporting price. It is on a good trajectory and pointing upwards. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of that. What would anybody else do anything different, or would you sit on your hands, or what would you guys do? And that's an open question because I just don't know what I'd do from there. I'd wait.
What is that on the 1-hour, Dan? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the 1-hour, mate. Yeah.
I'll probably wait and see what the next candle opens, and if you start, I would say that will bounce off and go and take a drop base drop that you've got marked out there.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I will do, and I won't do this now because obviously it's not for me to get in. It needs to be live market. So you could call anything out in the 5 minutes and it doesn't mean anything. So what I would do if this was live now, and I wasn't sure, I need to be sure that the move downwards has started. Yeah, and I'm not at this point here. I'm not because we've got the cloud that we're bouncing off. So what I would need to do is I would drop down and see in the 5 minutes that it looks to me like we've started the drop. Yeah. The only thing is, the only thing I'd still be wary of is we're at this grey zone. I'd just still be wary of that. Yeah. So I would probably wait to see if I get. If I got a close, oh sugar. If I got a close, and I'd set an alert for this. If I got a close underneath that POI line, under that swing low, I'd take the shot down. Even though we're in the area, even in the zone, if we closed, because then, I mean, and you can look at this. What's price action saying? What is actual price telling us? We've got a mad range here. Yeah. So that's all this is range. But we've had quite a nice close out of the range. That would be my first inkling that the price, we're ready to drop. But again, I'd just be scared of it being a false break and us then going boing and shooting back up.
If you go back to the hour, Dan, and Jack's just pointing out there is that you created BEC as well.
Yeah, BEC, that is there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is there, yeah. Well done. Well spotted. Yeah. So again, you might argue then that what could happen, and again, it's all argument's sake until we know what's going on. Yeah. We might argue then that we carry on to break that low, that 5-minute low, come back up to test the BEC, and then we fill all of this imbalance back down to the area. Yeah. But trades like this are very much, and this is where the patience comes into it. It's not about, oh well, just 5-minute clouds, it say yes, so let's press the button. Yeah, because there's too much, for me, there's too much else going on. I'd need to have more confluence in that. Unless there's anything on the 15. Yeah. Yeah, we've had a 15-minute TK cross as well out of the range. I'd be doing that then. I'd set that alert for on that 5-minute low, which is this kind of bluish line there. And when price closes underneath, in fact, I'm going to do that now. Yeah. So click on the object, add alert, crossing down. I want the bar closed, so I want the candle to close underneath that area. And then I just change the message to 5M low body break. Yeah. So I know that tomorrow, when that hits, I can say, right, okay, we've broken that now. Expect a pullback, because we always do. Yeah. Expect a pullback. I'd be looking for an area for price to pull back into, which, as we've just pointed out, is that 1 hour BEC. And then away she goes. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Any questions? Mark, any questions?
No, I'm quite happy with that, Dan.
And just regarding the alerts that you set up,
Yeah.
you know, we're going about the environment and trading in the right environment. Do you
Yeah.
just do trading in your office area, or do you ever do it on your phone?
Be honest, Dan. Come on, bro.
I do it mostly from it. Right. Okay. There is two answers. there is two answers. No, there is two answers. Typically, I trade from my phone. Right. Typically, I do my markups on my PC in my office. Right, because it's easy to see on two screens. Right. So I do that because I'm in the challenge, and I want the bag. Yeah, I'm not trading from my phone for the challenge. I'm literally glued to my laptop. Now, that's obviously not the overarching idea of why we do what we do, but there's a lot of money on the line, so I'm doing it properly.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
I just keep records of me trades and where they've gone wrong and blah blah blah. And to be fair, most of them have gone wrong off my phone.
Yeah, it's just I'm quite lucky because my phone folds out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got a folding phone,
Right.
so my screen is a lot bigger, and I've got this phone specifically for trading from.
But that's yeah.
Yeah, so if I get an alert and I'm not at my desk, I still have how my screen was at the beginning when I've got all the time charts up. I can still see what I need to see now. If that wasn't on a folding phone, I'd have no chance.
No, exactly. And that's
Do you know what I mean? And that's kind of why. But that's why I got the Samsung Fold, because I just thought, well, I don't want to be tied to my desk. The irony is real. But there we go. But yeah, I think if you've got once you've got a system in and you've got it nailed, you can trade from your phone, and that's the whole idea. I just don't mark up on my phone because I need to see more.
Absolutely.
That's all.
Yeah.
What I was going to say then as well.
It was just so do you trade via the MetaTrader? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because David Hunt come out with a good tip the other day about coming out all your trades. You know, say you maybe had 3 trades going at once.
Yeah.
and they're all in profit, and now to come out of a bulk, what was it called, Jack?
You've clicked the wrong thing.
All right,
You're
lad.
not in trade, so you can't.
Oh no, I was not near live. But basically, you can bulk trade and come out with a lot all in one click, eh?
Yeah, yeah. I typically don't have more than one trade running at once, typically
On your phone
at all.
at all.
At all. At a push, and again, I've been pushing it a bit the past couple of weeks because of the challenge, but I've had 2 trades open at once. But I would never have 3 trades open myself. But that's just me personally. I can't cope.
Dave's a scalper
that.
as well, isn't he? So he can have much smaller lot sizes running simultaneously.
You just sometimes if you go down in drawdown and then you enter another trade, and
Yeah.
it does work. It's worked quite effectively for us, Jack, hasn't it?
What loading your trade in drawdown?
Well, say you're going to a little like looking off percentage, because that's what I want to talk about after you finish that, Dan, is the risk
Yeah.
management and trade plans and that.
Yeah.
You know, you're going in with small lot sizes and put your lot size in and then reduce the lot sizes. So if it goes into drawdown, you're not out your percentages basically.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're not wrong at all. It's one of those. It depends, and a lot of trading, which is funny because a lot of my day job is, well, it depends, and it does depend on who you are. So for me, I've entered a trade because I trust my analysis,
Yes.
and I have lost, or no, not lost. I've left so much percentage on the table because I've second guessed myself when I should have just stuck to my guns.
Yes.
And done it. So for me personally, I wouldn't. The only way I would manage my risk in that way is I would reduce my stop loss level.
Yeah.
So if I'm actively trading like I've been, so what I've been doing, and Andy, I've showed you screenshots of it, is I've actively been moving my stop loss to the next lower high or lower low or higher high on the 5 minutes, just so I'm then reducing the risk on the table,
Yeah.
and then ultimately I'm securing profits as I go.
Yeah.
So I'm not taking partials. I don't take partials,
No.
but that's just a personal thing. I just trail my stop loss, so I know I've got money in the bag, and then if it stops me out, do you know what? It stopped out. It wasn't meant to be.
Do you manually do your stop loss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm in a trade, I watch it like a hawk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I still don't pull out if I'm in drawdown, because it's acceptance. You know, it's that probabilistic mindset. You know, you're gonna lose, and if I lose, then I look back and I go, right, okay, then Dan, you lost that one, mate. Fair play. And you know, Andy will tell you I've had some big losses the past couple of weeks. But
it's just trusting the process, Dan, isn't it?
It's exactly that, mate. It is literally exactly that. If you understand where price could go, not should, because you know you don't dictate, do we?
No.
But if you understand where it could go logically, I think that's the main thing. It's logic. So for me, if I'm taking a short, I'm not going to try and reach, you know, the low from 1972. So I mean, I'm going to set my take profit at a logical place, which is going to be, you know, a rally-based rally of the next supply and demand area. It'll be the next liquidity sweep area. It'll be my Keynesian flat lines. You know, those kind of logical ways, rather than trying to shoot for the moon. And that's where people get stung, because they think, oh, okay, I want to get a 55,000% return. Well, don't we all?
Well, what I've noticed also, Dan, is we're part of them. Some of them automated trades. You know, the accounts that we've got, and that's all they're doing. You know, there's quite a big pot size, but they're only like maybe scalping off 20 quids here, 15 quids. They're not big bucks, eh?
No, they're not, and that's one of the good things about scalping is you don't need a lot of risk on the table.
No,
to scalp. You know, I just can't do it. I think I might have said last week I have palpitations and everything. No, I do. I just and the funny thing is when we first started Elevate, like what seems to be forever ago, me, Andy, and Nicky was sat around having a coffee saying, "Yeah, scalpers, mate, all day long, scalpers, in and out, gosh, job done." And now I'm like this. Sorry, that was me. That was me. Shush. And now I'm like, no, give me the 4 hour all day. No, happy with that.
Is that what you trade off then, Dan? 4 hours?
No. Ironically, I actually trade off to 5 minute, which again is still short term trading, but it's that sweet balance between
Yes, yeah.
you know, me not kind of having a heart attack or and being confident that I can see momentum. And with the cloud, that's where momentum starts. Momentum starts on the 5 minute. Yeah. It's how it's wired. I don't know. I'm not the Japanese guy that invented it. I just know it works.
Dan, do you still use the MACD?
No,
You don't know at all.
no. I did, but then I was paralysis analysis.
Well, I was just about to say that, Dan.
You know, it gets to. Some people think the cloud isn't over analysis, and me having 4 time charts up is analysis, but it's not. It's not over analysis. It just means I can look and I go bang, no, bosh. Okay, let's not enter. Or I can go, yeah, because I know what I'm looking for straight away.
Well, you know what, hey Dan, I put it on the television, screen mirrored on downstairs television the other night.
Yeah.
Marie was sitting there and she says, "What is that you're looking at?" And
Yeah.
I said, "You know what? It's amazing, really. When I first started looking at it, thinking, wow, I'll never understand that. But the more you look at it and repeat and keep looking at the charts, it just all starts coming clear."
It doesn't. And again, us three said exactly the same thing. We saw a cloud chart and thought, oh my God, what is this nonsense?
Yeah.
And now I swear by it, like literally,
No.
I swear by it. And people think it's overcomplicated, and it's, don't get me wrong, it's more complicated than support and resistance. Yeah, but the way my mind works, support and resistance is too easy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It should be more difficult. So I, you know, for me, I found a system that works, and I'm finally profitable and consistent. So, you know, that's fine. And what I've stopped doing now, which is I implore everybody to do once you find what works for you, if you do it at the moment, which I'm guilty of or have been, is watching YouTube traders and the latest strategy. And this made me $40 million in 3 minutes, and you know, that kind of nonsense. I've stopped watching any other traders' strategy because I don't want to pollute it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I love watching things like Day in the Life of a Trader, and you know, whatever the case, people getting funded and stuff like that. But I don't watch strategy videos anymore.
No, you're right, Dan. Me and Jack would say him, because we're watching this and watching that. But basically, listen to G Money yourself, and we're getting taught the same strategy, really, aren't we?
It isn't, and you know, I'm by no means on the same level as Gerardo. You know, I might have copied his name a bit from G Money to D Money, but that's the thing, isn't it? You know, I'm taller. You know, he's got more hair, to be fair. Well, you know, by the by. But yeah, it's all the same. It's for me, and I don't know if Andy and Nicky or Mark, you know, will agree. There is such a thing as knowing too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know when Nicky and I jumped in the challenge at the very beginning, when there were only 50 people that had access to Elevate, we tried to use everything. We were like, oh, the more stuff we have, the easier it's going to be. And our screens just look like a mess. There's just too much color and just too much mess. And you only have to look at some of the greatest traders like Avinash. Avinash doesn't use anything. He's bare naked. I've seen him trade. It's because his mind's developed over 20 years of trading. You know, we've been doing it for 2 years, Dan, you know.
Yeah, true.
I still haven't found the chart that exactly I want to see every day. I'm still messing about with indicators all the time, you know, until I find it. But you just got to find something that works for you.
You do, and when you find it, keep a hold of it.
Yeah.
And don't. The worst thing, and I was guilty of it for ages, wasn't I? I was changing strategies like no one's business, because I think, right, okay, I've back tested this. It's a win. It's a game changer. I'd lose one trade. I'd be like, oh, that's shit. Don't want it. Doesn't work. Whereas in fact, it probably does work, but I didn't have the probabilistic mindset that I've now got. Whereas I'm happy, not happy to lose, obviously, but you know, I understand it's part of the game. and that's what I see. So in terms of managing risk, Tim, if that answers your question, dude, that's how I do it. Again, how much you risk is entirely on your kind of appetite for risk.
What do you use, Dan? What's your risk? What are you willing to risk per trade?
It depends. It really does. So in the challenge I'm doing, I've been risking 1% a trade up until my last 2 trades where I risked 1.5% and 2% respectively. Just because I didn't want to be in the evaluation stage forever. When I get funded, that's my PMA for the day, then I'll reduce that risk to 0.5% a trade. Because 0.5% risk is still $500 on a $100,000 account.
Mm.
So I mean, and I'll take $500 a day, happy, every day. You know what I mean?
That's where I'm at now, Dan. I've done it for me and Jack's done it for quite some time. We've had some decent. I've been wrecked quite a few times, and in all fairness, if you don't get wrecked, you won't learn.
Exactly.
But we're now at a position that we could do with loading our pots up and
Do everything right, we just don't come at the right time.
yeah,
Not have enough
it's so crucial on percentages, working off percentages there.
Yeah. Don't work off monetary values because
No.
you'll just get lost in the sauce.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
100%. So I know, for example, that this week I've got to do 1.9%, which is $1,900 this week to get my 100 grand. So, but it's easier to think of it as percentages because it doesn't seem like a lot of money if you do it that way. Even if you trade in 7 figures, you say 1.5% is better than saying, whatever is 15 grand.
Yeah.
If
Do you know
you're
what I mean?
consistent with the percentages month in, month out, and you're confident hitting that percentage, then Tim, like you say, you just add another 0 to your account.
Yeah.
And carry on doing exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
The money's not there. It's just the percentages that you can hit.
Exactly that. And I've never traded with 100 grand before. So, to me, seeing the kind of drawdown, like 4, 5, 6 grand in drawdown or whatever, you've got to have that kind of mentality to go, well, actually, it's only 4%.
Oh.
So
And
it
remember,
makes
guys,
more stomach.
And remember, if David hinted it on the call as well, and I'm sure you all know, but if we can hit and prove that we're 3 months consistent in profit and we're connected so you can see the balance, send that to Avinash and he will fund you. So there we go. No tests, he'll fund you. So every single person on this call can become a funded trader, trading with other people's money and keeping a very high percentage of that monthly balance as well. So,
Which is absolutely the way to do it. So that's my kind of risk appetite, Tim, is just I do what I've got to do to get where I need to get. But then after that, then I'll reduce the risk on the table because then it's my money.
So, Dan, another question.
Yeah.
What other studying how much studying do you do a day?
That one does not depend. That one is I'm on the charts, back testing, forward testing. Andy would probably say too much. But yeah, I'm probably on the charts a bit too much, mate, if I'm being honest. Because all I can see is candles when I close my eyes. But I'm obsessed. I am the type to get addicted to stuff. And I've got no qualms in saying that I'm addicted to trading.
Well, I'm in your boat, and I'm getting told off by Marie and that. And I said, well, because I'm always looking, because the market's fractal and looking at patterns and blah blah blah. And I says that's the only way we can learn is repeat. Yeah,
100%. So I'm on my charts probably, whether it's on my phone or my laptop. So the first thing I do in the morning nowadays is not check social media; it's check the charts.
Yeah, that's out of my remit now, Dan. I don't even look at. I told Alan this morning, so I'm not looking at my phone for a couple of hours when I get up out of bed.
I need to get to that stage, mate. But my ex, she was the same. You know, she was like, "Oh, your phone's always pinging. You're always on your phone. You are.
Mm.
Who are you texting?" Oh, do you know what I mean? If only it's like that meme that you see on Facebook. Or I wonder if he's thinking about other girls and he's there like thinking about Bitcoin or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That was basically me. So I do spend a lot of time on the charts, but I'm not always going to be that way.
No.
Do you know what I mean? If I can do, you know, if I can do a 4 or 5% week by close of business on Tuesday, you know, I'll have the rest of the week off.
Mm.
Because that's important as well. Having a break, I can't really preach on this right now, but having a break from the charts is important. Reset, refresh. Everybody preaches that.
You've also got to be in the right mindset, haven't you? As much as
Yeah.
you want to trade every day. I know there's a time recently, there's no way you could have traded.
No,
There's
true.
Going
Yeah.
on. And it's knowing
Yeah.
when to look at the charts and when not. But if you've got the time and you're dedicated, then yeah, you can spend as much time as you want learning. Because that's what's going to get you earning, essentially, you know?
Absolutely right. And there are days when I don't trade because I can't see a setup, and that's fine. Whereas before, I'd have been kicking myself saying, you know, you've got to be active. This is what a trader does. A trader's active 24/7. They're not. Do you know what I mean? And as soon as I realised that it's okay to not have a trade going on, change the game, mate.
The other thing I found as well, Father, I'm going down the path with my mentorship and my mindset is the intuition and your gut feeling. I just know. When I look at things, it's mad how things are working out, but it's my gut and my intuition is mad. You know, I just know now.
Yeah.
Not to.
Which is I'm at that stage when it comes to when to even trade or not.
Mm.
But in fact, I'm trying to do the opposite, because the way I trade, it's mechanical on my entry, yeah, but a lot of it is what can I see, or what am I intuitively thinking is going to happen, and that's my bias for the trade I'm looking for. Whereas what I'm trying to do is remove as much of that intuition as I can, and have it almost like a checkbox. You know, 1, 2, 3, yeah, press the button.
Yeah.
And that's what I kind of want to get to, but on the cloud it's a bit more, I think it's tougher to do that. So on support and resistance, you can say, right, okay, we're at a resistance zone, I'm going to wait for a 15-minute engulfing candle and then I'm going to enter, and that's your setup. Whereas for me, I've got to make sure that my daily 4 hour and 1 hour have certain things that I'm looking for, and then my 5-minute kind of matches, and then bash, we're away.
Very similar styles, Dan.
Yeah.
Been on obviously with the calls with David and that, and there's a guy. Is he called Florin? Is he from Romania? Have you
Yeah.
come across him?
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
He seems a nice enough fella, but he just trades off the iframe support and resistance there.
Yeah. And mate, people make silly money doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Silly money doing that. For me, I just couldn't get it.
No.
I just couldn't get it. I remember when we first started doing smart money back in the day, and I couldn't see what the educator was telling me until I changed my chart colours to his chart colours. I mean, but no, I swear, big Andy, Nick, I was in your kitchen. I remember that day. I was in your kitchen saying I'm about to change my colours to blue and black, so I can see what you're seeing. But you know, it's silly stuff like that you think, oh, it's only my chart colours, but it has an impact. That's why my candles are now white and black.
No.
And they're not green and red.
I can't trade using Andy's chart. It can be exactly the same, but he's got a black background, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, how can you see anything?
I've just set mine up exactly like Rowan's,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
that's what I've been used with watching and whatever and that, which whatever works for
Yeah,
people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Is there any more questions on the trading plan, Tim? Was anybody else got anything that, you know, again, I'm not an educator, but I'm just a bit more obsessed.
I think you're awesome, bro. I think everyone.
I do as well. Absolutely
you.
awesome, Dan.
Cheers, though.
I think we need to do like a big workshop, a big UK workshop, and get a bigger group of us together and pack out a room, and let's get you up front, Dan. And invite Avinash down as well. Make a day of it. I think that's
Only if that gold trade I put the setup for, only if that wins, Will I agree to that?
Yeah.
If
You'll
it, if
agree
it
to it.
fails, then I'm not interested. I'm never trading again.
It's a scam.
It's a scam. Nobody wins. It's all crap. But yeah, but no, I'm also looking for longs on Euro USD as well. If anyone's interested.
Euro USD.
Yeah.
Long positions.
Think so.
Dan, you know when you're trading on, do you do much on gold or not?
I don't trade gold at all, mate.
Or do you not?
No.
Right. No, it's just another thing that I've been following. I've got on the indicator, put the US dollar index on.
Yes.
And again, that's another good little indicator, you know, if wherever the dollar's going, obviously the gold goes the opposite there.
Yeah. Any USD pair and gold will track the opposite way to the DXY.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, for example, looking at the Dixie. Oh, I'm hungry now. There's a chicken shop called Dixie Chicken around here. Yeah. So looking at the Dixie, I see sells for the Dixie as well.
Yeah, it's looking bearish, isn't it?
Yeah. But first,
Actually, it's got on the 1 hour, it started coming through. The cloud, isn't it?
So,
yeah. So this, I don't know if you still see my screen.
Yeah.
So this whole area here, I would be looking at because of the drop base drop and the imbalance between it on the 4 hour.
Mm-hmm.
Now, remember, with imbalance, as long as it hasn't tapped the 50% of it, it's still a good zone. So this is
Still
what
valid.
so this is what I do. I put a marker there. That's about 50%. Let's have a look. See my drawing skills. Hey, there we go. Happy days. Look at that. Yeah, done that a few times, haven't I?
Mm-hmm.
So I would set an alert for the 50% line, which is that blue line there. So there's still space. Did we close above it? So I'm looking now at Friday's candle to see if the body closed above the Keynesian. Yes. So what you might find is actually longs up to that yeah. I reckon we'll tap this imbalance again before we drop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which means if the DXY is going to go up. Yeah, so if the DXY is going to go up, your euro pairs and gold will go down, and vice versa.
I'm just having a look at the Forex factory down to see if there's any news that would affect any of this.
Yeah, I think there's some tomorrow, isn't there? But there's no. Have we got? Is it CPI or something tomorrow?
This Empire State Manufacturing Index USD. That's a written. That's tomorrow, and then we've got nothing to Thursday. Unemployment claims on Thursday,
2 days.
and Friday. There's some news on Friday that could impact it quite a lot.
On Friday. Fridays are a dangerous day.
They are now. You know, another thing, Dan. I don't trade on a Friday no more.
See, I did the same. I said, right, I'm not trading Mondays. I'm not trading Fridays. And then I saw Wednesdays as a dangerous day, so I'm not trading Wednesdays. And then I was left to Tuesday and Thursday, and I just thought, well, I'll just trade them all. What's the worst that could happen? You know, you manage your risk properly enough, and you don't trade news, you should be all right.
Adrian, I'm just replying to your message, bro, about any audiobooks. There's no real audiobooks on trading per se. There's books like Trading in the Zone, which is a mindset for trading book, audiobook. But you can't just listen to an audio on how to trade. You've got to be watching charts. You've got to be watching the videos, being on the live calls. But you can start with trading in the zone. There's also something called the Candlestick Bible as well.
That again, you need to see it visually.
You
'cause
need
it
to see it
show you
visually.
the structure and everything. So
Yeah. But
I'm going for breakfast with Kirky on Tuesday.
oh, cool.
oh, awesome.
So-
You're next to each other, yeah? Amazing.
I'm gonna have a crack with him on Tuesday about what's what and what needs to happen.
Perfect. Show him your back office, your Elevate back office.
Yeah, we'll do.
Awesome.
Get yourselves to Prague.
Oh yeah, gosh, if you really want to go fast with your learning, then I did the same course in Dubai back in December, and it was amazing.
It was going Prague.
Sorry?
It was actually going to Prague.
None of us can go because I'm working away. Nikki's at home with the kids, so none of us can actually
You're
go.
going
No
down.
way.
No,
Oh,
mate,
you're
I'm
away.
not
You're
going.
the other way round. You're the way. You'll go.
Ah.
I've got the kids.
Yeah.
But
Nikki, is it for beginners? Is it for beginners?
It is, yeah, it's for beginners, but it'll go all into strategy. So he taught us, like, pretty much he went through all of the strategies. So, yeah,
it's going to be Holton as well, isn't it, for a whole day, I think. And
Holton it will, I'm sure he'll do a Q&A as well. Yeah.
yeah.
It's a 4-day event, but 2 days for the trading, isn't
2
it?
days is the trading. The first day, I think, is a leadership event. The second day will be, trade. It's not trading the second day, is it? It's more business. And mindset, it'll be a lot about mindset as well from
Oh, got
Holton.
enough.
It's going to be a huge event.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
will be massive. Yeah, they're talking over 500 anyway.
Nice. I won't be there. I've got too much on.
Yeah. We'll all make sure at the next one, all of us, everyone on this call.
You're going, Tim.
I'm thinking of going now. I'm thinking about taking Jack.
Oh God, Jack, you'll love
You'd
it.
get
mate.
so much out of it if you did. You really would.
Make sure you ask Holton a question, Jack. Be first in that queue, bro. Get some mentorship from a billionaire, bro. Someone's making 2 to 4 million a day from trading, and he knew nothing about trading 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He's now making about 4 million a day. So yeah, I'd be there in a heartbeat if I could, mate. So Jack, that'd be the best thing for you, mate.
You know what? You know our mindset call tomorrow?
Yeah,
Can we get Kirky on doing some talks as well? Because he's good.
I don't know anything about Kirky. Kirky,
Wow,
yeah.
that'd be great.
Can I, if you can unmute Kirky.
Yeah, thanks for that, Tim. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, my friend. You can buy breakfast on Tuesday.
Aye, aye.
Do you study this kind of thing then? Kirky or Adrian? What do we call you? Kirky?
Well, I'm at the minute I'm Kirky, but I'm part of my transitions from Kirky to Adrian. Kirk Pride, as in my own business.
Oh, okay.
So I'm transition from Kirky, one of the lads, to Adrian, the managing director.
So what do we call you?
Anything you want.
I'll call you bro, yeah.
No,
Every Monday, mate, we
Keep
do
it
a
Adrian.
mindset call. We do a mindset call because mindset's super important with everything we do. I know that last week it got quite deep, but I think it was super important what we did. I kind of went a bit Tony Robbins on everyone. Tim, you would have loved that one, bro. And
Did you record it last week?
No, I didn't record it.
I couldn't record it.
Yeah, Andy, it was awesome.
No, because if you have any audio in the background, YouTube bans it. So it can't be recorded. He had like meditation music in the background.
Because of copyright.
Yeah.
We'll
It's
try
the kind of thing you need to be on live anyway. I'm sure Andy will do it again.
Well, but Adrian, you know, if you want to jump on tomorrow, you want to talk to us about a few things that mindset wise that would benefit everyone. I'd be more than happy to open the call for you, mate, if you're up for it.
Hey, what time's the call tomorrow?
Half
Half seven, mate. Yeah, it's only half an hour call.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Then
no, well,
let's
I'll see if I can sort it out. Yeah.
jump
Oh,
on.
amazing.
And let's get your camera working for tomorrow, bro, as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm knackered. I've been up since last night working, so I'm in no good state. I've got a face for radio.
I'm sure you haven't, mate. I'm sure you haven't. Yeah, but no, it's always good to see each other on these calls, mate, so we know who we're dealing with. Yeah, and it's always good to know the wider family. But I'm looking forward to meeting you, mate. You're only up the road.
Yeah, that's a good. I have my camera on, but I'm actually lying in bed knackered, so I'm not doing it.
No worries.
That's okay. It's late. I know, Alan.
That's enough information.
Well, has anyone got anything else to add? I just want to say thanks, Dan. That was awesome, mate.
Yeah, fantastic, Dan.
Yeah.
I think you're really passionate about what you do, and you say you're not an educator. No, you're not. But I think, you could stand side by side by any of the people doing the calls, and it's. I want to get you up front and centre at an event, like that event I showed you in Stoke that we've found. I want to start doing stuff there, mate, as well, like twice a month or something. So, Mark, Amanda, we're going to start filling some rooms in Stoke as well. So, guys, anyone got anything else to add?
No, just a quick in there, Andy. When I was talking about audiobooks, it was more to understand the terminology, not how to do it. It was more to understand the terminology, and you are all dropping words in there I haven't a clue about. So
So the terminology that we're using is specific to the training we've had.
Right, okay.
Our Elevate Trading. So Tim can go through this with you when he meets you for breakfast. It's every trader has different language. It's the language that we all recognise because we're all following the same education course. But you'll pick it up in no time.
It's something, again, it's very visual. So like drop, base, drop, you need to actually see it's a candle formation. So you actually need to be able to see that, unfortunately. All of the audios you'll find just purely mindset, really.
Yeah, no problem.
Definitely Trading in the Zone, if you look that one up.
Mark Douglas.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Trading in the Zone.
Right,
Mark
okay,
Douglas.
yeah.
It's an audio, yeah.
It's like an industry standard, that one, mate.
It is.
Yeah. Cheers.
All right.
No worries at all. Anybody else got anything to say, Mark?
Yeah, just thanks again. Great call. I think I've learned a lot. Just want to share quickly, last week, I made a big mistake. I was following the money, not the percentage. And I actually lost that on a beat. But just a learning curve.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Learning curve. And I put a couple of trades on and I got itchy feet and I pulled out. And I watched the trade and it went where I said it was going to go. So it's just another learning curve.
I didn't have you as one that would pull out, mate, too early.
Ladies on the call, Andrew.
It's been recorded. Come on.
You had to drop the standard, didn't you?
No.
Bloody hell, you're bad.
Can't take them anywhere.
Another good little tip, Andy.
You what, mate?
You see that?
Yes.
I love that.
So that's another good little tip for everybody to understanding your drop base drops here.
I've got that.
And
We've got something similar printed out. We've got it laminated on laptop.
Yeah.
Just keep looking at you there. Yeah.
And it's in the back office, I'm pretty sure, in Elevate. Print out.
Well,
also,
what we've found, Nikki, rather than copying it, just write it out yourself and it sticks in your mind more.
Yeah, that's true. Drawing it,
Yeah. We've got all those things laminated and stuck on the wall by the computer. So
Keep looking at it, eh?
Yeah.
Also, just before we finish, another one, Tim, I think you touched on it earlier, that you make notes on all your trades and stuff. What I've found really helpful, and the way to do it, super simple, is set yourself up. If you need help doing it, let me know. But set yourself up your own Discord server.
Right.
So I've got my own Discord server, and I've got like week commencing 17th of April as an example. Then I'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And all I'm doing is, again, it's easier because my screen's split into different time frames. I just take a screenshot, drop it into the relevant day in my Discord, and then just put my notes.
Yeah, notes
on why, and then I'll say, well, that one won fantastic, and I keep a rolling P&L through the week.
Yeah.
Just so you've got it there, and you've got it anywhere. Then it's on your laptop, or on your phone, on your Discord, wherever.
Yeah. Okay.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Amazing. Alan, anything to add, mate?
No, just learning from me, and then much appreciated, Dan, Tim, and you guys.
No worries, bro. Thank you.
It's key, isn't it, to surround yourself with the right people. We keep harping on about it, but it's so important.
Yeah,
it really is.
Let's just keep the group. I apologise, I've not been as active on the group the past few days. We've been inundated with stuff with the kids, but from next week I'm going to be on it like a tramp on chips, Dan.
Happy days, mate.
I'll be on, more than likely be on. I'm flying from Larnaca till Heathrow tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be there by tomorrow night. Then nice. I'll just, if you can record every meeting, that's from tomorrow, please. And I'll just watch them when I've got Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Sound.
100%. Yeah. So everyone, if you can just keep as active on the group as possible, welcome new members. You know, if we all just add 2 members a week to this group that are interested in trading, you know, that have no idea, that are brand new, you know, these calls are going to help them so much. This is what we want to do. We want to build a community of people that can trade, that are probably scared of trading, you know, they've never done it before. And it's not going to be long before Dan's showing his charts to 300-400 people, you know, it won't take long, you know, you only have to invite a few people each. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow's call, 7:30 with Adrian Kirky.
Yeah.
Good lad.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing you all on that call tomorrow. And yeah, great call, Dan. Thanks a lot, bro.
No worries, dude.
Tomorrow morning, bro. Yeah.
All right, catch you in a bit.
Guys.
Take it easy, everyone.
God
Thanks.
bless.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
See you.